Hello everybody and welcome to the Crafty Ninja channel.
We are going to start with a 16-ounce tumbler covered in Sculpey, ultralight, and baked. If you have not seen me done this process before, you can watch several of my other character videos and I will show you how I make the ultralight part. With your ultralight covered tumbler, we are going to take a layer of Super Sculpey and wrap it completely around the cup, covering every part of the ultralight clay. If you're having trouble getting your Super Sculpey to stick to the ultralight base, you can use liquid Sculpey or Bacon Bond. Next, we are going to create the area where the nose and mouth will sit. We are going to use a triangle-shaped piece of clay and we are going to place it right around where you think the nose and mouth will sit and then blend it in well. Next, we are going to create the nose and we are going to use a oval-shaped ball of clay and place it kind of just above center of the area we just placed, and then you are going to take a silicone shaped tool and create the nostrils and then blend it in well. Next, we're going to use a tool and create the line where the mouth is going to go. You can do this with a toothpick or a needlepoint tool, whatever you have that will make it work. Here I'm just taking a little extra clay that I am placing just below the chin. That will be kind of the beard of the Demiguise. And then I'm going to blend it in well. Next, we're going to take 2 ropes of clay and place it just beside the nose and create sort of a Fu Manchu mustache for the Demiguise. Next, we are going to take 2 round balls and flatten them out slightly to create the eyes. You're going to place them just about even with the bridge of the nose. Then we're going to take 2 smaller ropes of clay and place one on top of the eye and one on the bottom to give it kind of the eyelid of the Demiguise's eyes. Then repeat on the other eye. Once you are happy with the placement of the eyelids, then you are going to blend it in on the bottom and the top of each strand of clay. Once you are happy with your eyelids, then you will add a larger rope of clay and you are going to place it just above the eye to create the eyebrow area. Then I added another rope of clay just below the eye that I pressed in and kind of flattened down to kind of create more of like a bag of the eye, and then I blended into the rest of the clay. Then you repeat the whole process on the other eye. Next, we're going to make the eyebrows. I took another rope of clay and just placed it just along the upper part of the forehead and extended it just a little bit past the sides of the eyes. Now we're going to start creating the fur texture. I use one of my silicone tip tools, but you can also use a needlepoint tool, or you can even use a toothpick and just create long lines that create the long fur that the Demiguise has. Here I'm just creating some crease lines in the bags of the eyes to give it that kind of older and wiser kind of look that the Demiguise has. Here I'm just continuing to add the long lines to create the fur texture around the rest of the cup. For the legs, I just took two slightly large flattened balls of clay and just placed them both sides of the cup near the base just to create that leg look. You'll do the same on the other side, trying to make sure that it is roughly about the same placing on both sides. Now for the feet, I used a teardrop shaped piece of clay that I just used an X-Acto knife to cut out the toes, and then I round out each piece of toe to give it a more natural look. Once you are happy with the shape of your foot, then you will place it right around where the leg is, and then you are going to blend it into the bottom of the cup, being sure to cut off any excess so that it is flat with the cup. Now I'm just adding some ropes of clay to the top of the foot to give it more of a fur texture right on top of its foot. Then I use my needlepoint tool to kind of blend it into the foot to give it more of a long-haired fur texture. Now I'm just adding more ropes of clay that I will blend into the leg with my needlepoint tool. Now we're just going to repeat the foot and the leg texture on the other side. More ropes of clay. You are going to continue to add ropes of clay and blending it with your needlepoint tool all around the cup. Now we are going to add the arms. You just take a larger piece of clay in an arm-like shape, and then you're just going to place it on the sides of its body and blend it in. And then using your needlepoint tool, start adding the fur texture. You're going to continue to add ropes of clay to his arms, but you're going to make these strands kind of hang downwards and a little bit off his arm, and then you'll create the texture with your needlepoint tool. Then you'll repeat with the other arm. Next, we're just going to add a long kind of rope of clay to the base of the cup to create the tail, and I just had his tail wrap around one of his legs. Then I blended it in and added the fur texture. Here is a bunch of ropes of clay wrapped all the way around the cup, and we are going to take our needlepoint tool and blend it in. Now we're going to do the hands. You can do this before you apply it to the cup, but we're going to do it the exact same way we did it with our feet. We're going to use an X-Acto knife and cut out the fingers, and then we're going to round them out. Once your Demiguise is baked and cooled, we are going to paint the entire fur area with a light gray colored paint. Next, we are going to paint the feet, hands, nose, and around the eyes a light skin-toned color. Next, we are going to dry brush some white onto our fur to give it kind of a lighter tone on top of the fur and have the gray tone underneath. Once we finish dry brushing, we are going to paint the area of the eyes yellow. To add a little bit more color around the mouth, nose, and around the bags of the eyes, I added a light brown just to kind of accent those areas. For the pupils, I used my ball tool to kind of get the placement that I wanted the eyes to be in, and then I slightly made it larger with my paintbrush. Then I used the ball tool again to create the little white dots in the eyes. And here he is. If you are sculpting this on a tumbler like I did, be sure to seal it with an epoxy or an epoxy alternative like Crystal. If you liked watching me sculpt this, like and subscribe to my channel for more of my sculpting videos. Have a great day and remember to stay crafty.